Hello friends and followers, here's an this is an HM-102 SWR meter, good for 200 watts or 2000 watts by Heathkit that I got on eBay. So I wanted this little meter because I wanted to go between the exciter or Drake transmitter and the linear amplifier and know what my SWR is into the amplifier and make sure it's reasonable. So that's why I bought this little meter, and when I bought it, the 200 watt scale didn't work. The 2000 watt scale was working, it wasn't in calibration. So anyway, I just took it all apart and I hit the board with the soldering iron and soldered everything. I wasn't sure what was broken, but pretty much hit it and soldered everything. And then it's time to calibrate this thing. So I brought up the Heathkit manual, which was online, and the first thing they want you to do is set the SWR balance. So for that, I simply went to 40 meters on my transmitter. They say make sure the meter is zeroed mechanically. Put it on 50 ohms. I just use my antenna tuner. And go to 200, so you'd want to go to 200 scale here, down to 200. And they're saying here, make sure your calibration switch is on normal, and that little switch is this little switch down here, that one right there, make sure it's on normal. You can look in the back and put it on normal, which would be this way. And function, then you go to SWR. So you want to turn this thing down to SWR, like that. So I couldn't get any output in this mode at all. And they're saying with the SWR sensitivity knob pushed in, go to set it for full scale. So I couldn't get a full scale, but I went to some reading on there, and then I basically couldn't find a tool to turn that little capacitor, so I simply used this screwdriver, and I just kept the screwdriver on here, turn it a bit, take it off, unkey, key. I kept just incrementally trying to find the null by taking the screwdriver on and off, and then just testing it, and I did find the null eventually. And that's it. Then I found the SWR was accurate, so that's pretty cool. So that works out. Then you go back to norm. Adjust power calibrate control R6. So then they want you to do this power calibrate thing, which I didn't find worked at all. So they're saying that basically you go to 200, you put your transmitter on 40 meters on 100 watts. You go to calibrate, you go to norm, so you're pretty much trying to get the meter to match on calibrate and normal. And I found that didn't work at all. So all I did on 40 meters was I made sure this was reading 100 watts out on the Drake standard here that I have. And I set this control here that my 200 scale was reading 100 watts. So I set this to the 200 scale here and made sure we had 100 watts showing up on here, which would have been right about there, 100 watts, right, on the 200 scale. And that's how I set it. So just rotated this little control until I had 200 watts, and I want to have this switch in normal position, and that's it. And I went to the 2000 scale, it was accurate. So that's my little rendition on this meter, how to set it up and get it working. It's not that bad. I can't say I liked how this guy made this meter. The board is all full of flux and weird stuff, but it works, so it's pretty. All right, well, thanks for watching. Have a great day.